Welcome to the PRS Private Stock collection. Today we're going to be opening all these cases. I hope you enjoy. This is long overdue. Let's do it. Alright, guitar number one. This is a fancy paisley case, and it has the combination lock. So we have a vintage yellow PRS signature. So the signature is a guitar that is basically multi-signature, meaning that many different guitarists are kind of sponsor the guitar. This is a very limited edition guitar. I mean, look at that quilt maple. It's unbelievable. So let's go through the specs. We have a rosewood fretboard. This is a East Indian rosewood, and these are the 408 humbuckers. Some people call it wide range humbuckers. I don't like calling them that. I don't think they're basically a humbucker. Some people say that they kind of have a sound that is kind of similar to a P90 or you know, a combination of a single coil and humbucker, but for me they sound like humbuckers. But keep in mind these are 408, so there's like a guitar that is the 408. They no longer make it. I was looking for that guitar back in the day, and it was very hard to find, so this was the only guitar I found with the 408 setup. The electronics as well, it has two coil top, one for each pickup. So the switch, this is a three-way switch, just your regular neck, bridge, and middle for both of them. And we have one volume knob and one tone knob for the two of them. So 408, it means that 4 is for 4 different coils, so we have 4 coils. And then 8, we have 8 different sounds. If we use these coil splits and the switch here, we'll be able to get 8 different sounds. And then we have the vintage tuning machines. And look at the PRS logo. It has a signature banner there. This guitar is very light. I'll show you the back. It's one of the lightest guitars I have. I play heavy guitars, heavy, you will say Les Paul style guitars. That's kind of my style, and usually they are heavy. So this one is pretty light in comparison, and gives me the sound, a very similar sound. So yeah, I love this guitar. It's not too bad. We have a African mahogany body, and we have a sinker mahogany neck. I mean, it's just gorgeous wood for sure. And then you can see here, let's see, 64 out of 100, so I'm only 100 guitars. Yeah, this was very hard to find, and I'm gonna keep it for a while. I really love this vintage style tuners. They're gorgeous. So there you go, the PRS signature. Alright, so we have guitar number 2 here. This is a black leather case. So what do we have here? Look at that. That's a PRS Private Stock SC245. SC is for single cut, 245 is for the scale length. So this is a predecessor of my very favorite guitar ever, the McCarthy 594. Many key differences here. The McCarthy has the switch here on the top, and it has a 2-piece bridge tailpiece. This has only wrap tailpiece, and then we have the 5708 humbuckers, both on the bridge and the neck. 57 is the year that PRS was trying to replicate the sound from. So it's a vintage tone reminiscent of 1957. And then we had 08 for the year it was designed, so that was 2008. Then we have one tone, knob for both pickups, and one volume for both pickups. This is curly maple top quilt. Look at that quilt, it's just very similar to the vintage guitar. But you know, when I saw that top, I was like, no, I have to have that. Then we have ebony fretboard. This is extremely dark ebony. This is non-colored. This is the real deal. It's extremely smooth and polished. You can barely see any look at that. You can barely see any grain in this wood. It is probably the best ebony fretboard I have. And these are the 20 anniversary birds inlays. And then look at the headstop matching the top with that quilted maple veneer. We have the eagle. So let's see, the eagle is showing a banner. It's carrying a banner that says Lisa. So keep in mind, I don't know who Lisa is. This guitar was custom made by somebody else. I bought it from a private person. So must have been a very special lady to build a guitar like this. So now let's focus on the back. This back is, well, the body is of birch wood, which is a very light wood. And look at the grain. Like the grain is so, you know, apart from. It's not all together. So it's kind of very particular grain. And this is the only guitar I have with a birch, so I don't have much experience with this wood. But you know, it's one of the things that make this guitar so unique. We have a matching quilted maple electronics cover. And then look at that crazy neck. Look at that flame. It's unbelievable. Open tuning machines. I love when you can see the gears. Yeah, this is a very impressive neck, but it doesn't have much movement because I will guess it's because of how dark some of the stain is, but nevertheless it's quite impressive. There you go. This is the PRS Private Stock SC245. Alright, let's go through the third guitar. We have a brown leather case here, golden latches. So let's see what we have here. Look at that. So this is a Tiger Glow Smoke Burst finish, and it's a McCarthy. This is a PRS Private Stock McCarthy, not the 594. This is the original McCarthy that only comes in double cut shape. Let's just shut up a little bit and enjoy this amazing one-piece quilted maple top. It looks like a flame. So this is one of the special things. It's a one piece. I think it's the only one piece guitar I ever had in my life. They're not easy to find. Alright, so let's talk specs. These humbuckers are the 58, 15, 58 for the year there is inspired by 58 vintage sound and designed in 2015. These are very common nowadays. You can find them in many other guitars. Even the Custom 24, some of them are coming with these pickups. I have a Fatback 24 Custom that has them. So following up with the specs, we have hardtail, wrap up, bridge, tailpiece thing. And that's another difference compared to the 594. That one has a two-piece kind of Les Paul style design. We have one tone and one volume for both pickups, three-way switch. Top is the neck, bottom is the bridge, and middle for both of them. We have ebony fretboard. This is I would say almost as good as the SC that you just saw. Super smooth, super polished, very dark. Then we have a matching headstock with the eagle, ebony buttons for the tuning machines. And let's see what we find on the back of the guitar. Oh, surprise, look at that. That's Swamp Ash. And that's another thing that you usually don't get in this guitar. In the core model, usually this is made with mahogany body and neck. This is all Swamp Ash, even the neck, as you can see here. And it's a gorgeous Swamp Ash piece. It's not any Swamp Ash. And I have a Swamp Ash body wood library, and those are as good as this. So if you like Swamp Ash and you don't have budget for private stock, look into wood library. You might find something similar to this. There you have it. Tiger Glow Smoke Burst McCarthy. Right guys, let's go to the next guitar. It's not a rectangle shaped case, so if you know PRS very well, you probably know what this guitar is. I just love this case, so I don't know, so upscale. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, then on the back 5 and 6 latches. Crazy. Oh wow, look at this. This key lime finish. So this is a McCarthy 594 hollow body 2. We have a maple top. This is a beautiful flame maple top. I mean, the color is just incredible. It's just a kind of very subtle color. It's not like really in your face like some other colors. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. So it's a fully hollow body, and we have typical specs for a 594, except that it is a hollow body. So we have a 3-way switch, top for the neck, bottom for the bridge, middle for both pickups. We have 15 PRS pickups, the same ones we saw earlier. 58 for the year it was inspired, 15 for the year it was designed. And then we have 4 knobs, 1 volume for each pickup, 1 tone for each pickup. We have the 2-piece bridge tailpiece combination, the same one you see in the regular solid body McCarthy 594. And then we have rosewood in the fingerboard, fretboard. And look at those burrs. These are the classic burrs. The finish in green. I don't have the full specs of every single little detail of the guitars because I cannot remember all of them. But I'm gonna have a video, review video for each of these guitars sometime. I don't know when. I don't have that much time for these videos, but sometime for sure. We're gonna go and test each guitar and go through every single tiny little spec. So we have a matching headstock with a flame, keyline flame you see on the maple top. The buttons of the tuning machines are also matching that flame. And then the eagle is actually green. You can barely see it, but I think it looks pretty cool. So let's see what else is special about this guitar. Oh wow. Yep, that's something you find in these high-end guitars. The back is pretty much the same as the top. Flame maple back. And then we have a matching flame maple neck. And one thing I love about this guitar, it has so much movement. The 3D effect is just everywhere. Even the buttons, when you move the guitar in certain angles, you're gonna see those flames moving. So yeah, it's just I would say the guitar that has the most movement out of all of them. And then we have swamp ash sides, and this usually come in mahogany if you buy this guitar core version. And if you look closely, the grain is stained with the green. You see? So that's a pretty cool little detail there. How they feel that grain with that green paint. It's very subtle, but it's there. So, and then you're gonna see. I'm gonna show you how the flames move later. I don't know if I can tell the difference between the sound of this guitar and a solid body. There's people that have been testing these things on YouTube, and it's not quite a difference. I guess you know, the main benefit is the weight. This thing is just super light. So there you have it, McCarthy 594 Hollow Body 2. Right, guys, let's see what's next. Back to our rectangular shape case, black leather. And we have 3 latches. Bella, so it's a PRS Private Stock Bella. The top is buckeye burl. And look at that thing, it's just raw. It's a barely finish. If you touch it, you can feel all the different imperfections of the wood. So interesting story about the Bella. Well, let's just go through the specs first. So So we have a Type D single coil. It's a PRS Type D. D for Dynasonic, so it's kind of that same style of sound on the neck, and then on the bridge we have the PRS 5815 again. We have this very nice special bridge for the Bella that has a lot of steel there. Some people say this guitar sounds like a Telecaster. I don't think that's fair for a Telecaster. I don't think that's fair for this guitar. I think it's its own sound. Yeah, you can say it's closer to a Telecaster than a Les Paul for sure, but I think you get more than that. You get more different sounds with this combination of pickups. We have one volume and one tone that affect the sound of the two pickups, and then we have a three-way switch, top for the neck, bottom for the bridge, and middle for both. We have a matching pick guard, exactly same bouquet burl you see on the top. Is quite amazing. And then we have a Tasmanian blackwood fretboard. Look at that fretboard. And it's like, look at the flame. Quite amazing flame, and it moves a lot. You move these different angles, you're gonna get different things. We also have a Tasmanian blackwood veneer on the wood and the headstock. We have stainless steel buttons. This guitar is super light. I think it's the lightest, should be the lightest PRS I own. Actually, I have ever owned. So let's see if there's anything special on the back. Oh yeah, we have black limba body, and this is my favorite wood for the body of a guitar, black limba. If you know me, if you have seen my other videos, you know I love black limba. And this is a matte satin kind of style finish. It's not glossy, it's not sticky. It's just a very subtle light protection covering that wood. If I can have every single guitar finished with this kind of matte satin, I would totally do it. And then we have a maple, flame maple neck, and this one has tons of action. Gonna check the next guitar. We have a rectangular leather case, black leather case, and there's a difference here. I don't know if you notice. There's a pattern. See those little round things? It's kind of like a yin yang kind of sign all over. This is the Cosmo case, or Cosmic. I don't remember if it's Cosmo or Cosmic. I'll correct it. Okay, so we have standard 3 latches, and this is the Supernova. It's a Supernova guitar from Brian's Guitars. So this is a PRS McCarthy 594 single cut. We have 4 knobs, 1 volume for each pickup, 1 tone for each pickup. We have the 2-piece setup here with the bridge and tailpiece. Then we have a 3-way switch, top for the neck, bottom for the bridge, middle for both. So pickups, we have a 5909 on the neck, inspired by 1959 humbucker and then designed in 2009. We have a 5815 on the bridge. This is a 2-piece quilted maple top. It goes from blue to red. Then we have a maple fretboard. This is a flame maple. And then you can see the anniversary birds on pink, blue. Then we have a maple veneer on the headstock that is also quilted. Same with the truss rod cover. We have the buttons of the machine heads matching the fade colors, blue, pink, red. Then on the back we have black limba, my favorite body wood. This is beautiful grain, and then we have a matching control cavity cover. This back is covered by some sparkles. I'm gonna tell you exactly the spec. Put it right here after I edit the video. This guitar is quite heavy, as you might expect from, look at the thickness of that 594. It has some very nice details in the grain. And then we have a neck that is matched with the same fade of blue to red, and it's maple, flame maple. There you have it. PRS Private Stock McCarthy 594 Supernova. All right, next guitar, we have a brown leather rectangular case. Let's see what we have here. 3 latches. So this is the Rainforest PRS Private Stock 594, McCarthy 594 double cut Rainforest. Very spectacular maple top. This is a spouted maple. As you might know, spouted. If you know spouted, it means that it has been attacked by some living thing that makes all these indentations and shapes in the wood, and then this wood is treated and dried. That living thing is gone, and then there you have a guitar that looks like wilderness. So this is kind of a little polarizing. Some people don't like the way you have, you know, the dye here on the sides and then natural wood in the middle, but I am one of the ones that love it. That's why I have it. All right, so very standard in terms of the specs for a 594 McCarthy, 3-way switch for the pickups, top, neck, bottom, bridge, middle for the 2 pickups. Then we have 4 knobs, 1 volume for each pickup, 1 tone for each pickup. We have the 2-piece 594 style with a tailpiece and the bridge. We have 58, 15 PRS in both positions. And then what else is important? Oh, look at the flame. You get distracted by the spouted pieces, but then the sides, you see all that flame. Then we have ebony on the fretboard, and then we have these classic burrs that are finished in spouted maple. The binding is also spouted maple. Quite impressive how they were able to place those tiny pieces of wood in the binding. And then we have the burr as well, the eagle in spouted maple. And you can see that the binding continues on the headstock. We have ebony on the buttons. What else are we gonna find? We have mahogany on the back. Pretty standard for this model. And then we have a flame mahogany. This is flame mahogany neck and headstock. So not that common flame mahogany, you know. You don't see this often, so that's quite special on this guitar. It does have very good movement as well. All right, sorry for the interruption. I forgot to mention this guitar, Rainforest, is a famous guitar. It is very famous because this was built during the pandemic. I forgot the year, 2021 or 2022. So that during that time, Kelly Slater is a very famous surfer. Surfing meaning in the water, the waves. So the guy, he has been world champion more than 10 times, something like that. So he plays guitar and he's a big fan of high-end guitars. So he visited PRS factory in the East Coast, and he went with Paul Smith. Yeah, so he got basically a tour. I think that's when they stopped having tours. There were no tours available for PRS back. Obviously, this is a celebrity, Kelly Slater, so Paul Smith and Paul Miles. Paul Miles is the guy that runs the private stock program there. They show him around the factory, and this is one of the guitars they showed to him. So there's a picture of Kelly Slater with Paul Smith and Paul Miles with this guitar, and I will like put them right after I'm done talking here. So yeah, so that's why this guitar is special. It's like they went to social media when this happened, when Kelly visited, and they posted pictures of him touring the facilities, and then you see this guitar there. So I thought it was something worth telling you. So there you have it. The PRS Private Stock McCarthy 594 double cut. Alright guys, we have made it to the last guitar. Thank you for staying with me. So this is a rectangular case, and quite special because it's a cloth. I don't know how you call it. It's kind of fabric finish, and it's paisley. Very nice. So let's see if the guitar is as special as the case. Alright, look at this. So this is a PRS Private Stock McCarthy 594 double cut pale ebony. This is pale ebony. Top is not easy to find. It's pretty rare. And I was looking for a guitar that was 100% pale moon ebony. And I could not find it, and you'll know why. So let's go through the specs. Nothing fancy. Electronics is all the same you see in a 594 McCarthy. So we have 5815 in the neck and the bridge. We have the typical two-piece tail-piece bridge combination. 4 knobs, 1 volume for each pickup, 1 tone for each pickup. 3-way switch here. Top for the neck, bottom for the bridge, and middle for both pickups. These pickups are finishing like gunmetal gray, which is not that good. I have other guitars, other PRS guitars finished with this, and you can see that it's kind of fading away. It's all good. It means that it's being played. So as I said, Pearl Moon Ebony, and then I forgot to mention this is a semi-hollow. Look at that F right there, semi-hollow. And then we have a Pearl Moon Ebony fretboard with red classic burrs. That's quite amazing. Quite amazing having a guitar with a Pearl Moon Ebony fretboard. Then if you go to the headstock, you're gonna see a matching veneer, matching Pearl Moon Ebony veneer, and the eagle is red, matching the inlays in the fretboard, and then we have ebony buttons for the tuning machines. And look also the color of the interior of the case, all blue. That's pretty cool as well. So let's see what we have on the back. Black limba back and body. And then we have a neck that is Pearl Moon Ebony all the way to the headstock. And this is matte finish. It kind of feels pretty much like bare wood. It's super easy to play. No stickiness here at all. Then the black limba on the back is a glossy finish. So this is the only thing that is not ebony. The body of the guitar, which is totally fine. Sorry to interrupt the broadcast, but this guitar is very special. I forgot to mention that this is a PRS Private Stock calendar guitar. So this guitar was featured in a PRS calendar like this. This is a 2023 Private Stock calendar. So yeah, this is a very special guitar. It's not only wonderful, looks amazing, sounds amazing, but let me just show you here. So PRS, they release this calendar every year, basically with what they consider the best guitars of the year. And so this guy, Pearl Moon, I don't know if you can see it. You should be able to see it. Here you go. So this is the Pearl Moon. PRS Private Stock, McCarthy 594, and this is June. So yeah, so it's kind of a nice detail that I forgot to mention, and it's the only guitar I have. The only guitar I have that is a calendar guitar. So yeah. So there you have it. It's the PRS Private Stock McCarthy 594 semi-hollow body in Pearl Moon Ebony. Is it worth it? Well, it depends on what you're looking for. What is the purpose of you getting such a high-end guitar? So if you are a collector um, and you don't play guitar and you have the money, meaning that this money came from legit money, clean money, you didn't get into any criminal activity to get that money, or that money is not from the vacation budget for your family or your college kids found, then by all means, buy it. So keep in mind that I don't have any problem with people that collect guitars and don't play them. If you are able to afford them and you enjoy having them, that's fine. I don't have any issues with that. The person I know that has the most PRS Private Stock guitars actually lives around this area. He has over 40 PRS Private Stock guitars. He doesn't play a single note. He knows a lot about the guitars. He has them displayed all over the house, and that's a lot of money. But I don't have any issues with that. It's his money. So that's one type of person that will buy a guitar like this, a collector. Another person will be a collector that plays guitar. That will be somebody like me. All these guitars get played on a weekly basis. They are in a rotation. I play them pretty hard, and I apologize because I didn't get a chance to actually clean them and set them up properly, dust them a little bit for this video. But if I have some time to devote to my guitars, I prefer to play them instead of cleaning them. So yeah, you saw them just in their natural habitat, the way they are usually. So yeah, somebody like me, I collect them and I play them. But then you'll have to go into the specifics of why you appreciate a guitar like this. So we'll talk more about that later. The other type of person will be a musician that basically is doing this for a living. So it's up to that person to decide they want to gig that guitar, take it in a tour, or just keep it at home. But if you are a very successful musician, very wealthy, you won't mind having a guitar like this on tour. So yeah, that's another type of person that will have a guitar like this. So the specifics of why you want the guitar, this is where we're going to get into some controversial arguments about guitar wood. So let me just have a disclaimer. Tonewoods, that does not exist. That's just basically marketing gimmick. It's been around for many years. Many people think PRS was the company that started the Tonewood discussion, but this goes all the way back to Gibson, Fender, and many other manufacturers. Turns out that PRS lately is the one that has been pushing that rhetoric very often. Paul, especially, you have seen him in many videos stating things about Tonewoods. Personally, I don't believe in Tonewoods. Keep in mind that I have a lot of PRS guitars, but I'm not a fanboy. You might say I'm a fan of PRS guitars, but I'm not a fanboy. I know the bullshit. I can smell the bullshit. I don't care how much money I spend on a particular brand. I know when they're trying to bullshit me, and I know the marketing stuff that's trying to get me to spend more money. So I don't have any problems on stating the facts. This is not a sponsored video in any means, so I can say whatever I want. I can call it as it is. There's just too many things out there in the marketing that is just plain lies. And you don't really need to. I'll tell you why you don't have to push this Tonewood situation to customers. The reason why I buy guitars like this, and many people like me buy guitars like this, is how beautiful the woods are. Usually they associate the Tonewood with how beautiful the looks of the guitar, the wood. But in this case, for me, this guitar sound great. I think PRS, even like from, you can say from core or even S2 lines, you're gonna say that those guitars by default they're gonna sound great. They're gonna feel great. Of course, if you know the profile of the neck, the profile of the neck is very important for you to like or dislike a guitar. So just keep that in mind. But if you know the type of guitar you are getting, PRS, they are the kings in consistency and quality. So that's a given. So when I buy a PRS, wood library or private stock, I know that it's a given that the guitar is going to sound great and that the guitar is going to feel great, given that I know that I'm buying a guitar that has a particular neck that I like. So it's going to sound great. These people telling you that you have to spend so much money for a guitar to be worth in terms of the tone, it's just bullshit. Like, I had many people telling me when I was, in my early years of my guitar career, telling me, oh, you don't know anything about guitars. You wait until you have a very expensive one, so you'll see the difference. So look at me now. I have many of these high-end guitars, and I'm like, well, I have Epiphones that sound as great as these guitars. The first Epiphone I had, and eventually I was able to afford to get some Gibson humbuckers in it, and I love that Epiphone. It was a Les Paul, and it had the profile in the neck that I wanted. It was very comfortable to me, but the sound of the import humbuckers wasn't good enough. So I switched to USA Gibsons, and I still have that guitar, and I was like, this is amazing, because I went through that tone journey that we all go, trying to find that magical, mythical tone. I stopped doing that many years ago, fortunately, because that's just a lot, too much money spent on something that you're chasing a unicorn pretty much. So after that realization, I was like, wow, I don't really need to spend that much money to get good tone. So I went to guitar centers and boutique guitar shops and tried high-end custom shops from Gibson, Fender, PRS, and I was like, this sounds pretty similar to my Epiphone. So yeah, for those people that told me that you need a lot of money to get a good tone, that's just bullshit. What are you gonna tell me now? I mean, I have bought the most expensive guitars you can imagine, and they sound great, and that's a given. I knew they were gonna sound great because I have played guitars from PRS for a long time, from SEs to private stock, and the core line is just fantastic. That's just like amazing value. So those PRS pickups, they're gonna deliver. So I knew the guitar is gonna sound great. So I can blindly buy private stock on the internet with no concerns. Like, if you know the different neck profiles, pattern, vintage, and all that from PRS, and you know that the model of the guitar you're gonna buy, you can just buy it online with no concerns. It's gonna sound great. It's gonna feel great. So then why choose this instead of a wood library or a core? Is the woods, but not the tone wood argument. Is because of how beautiful the woods are. These are very rare woods that are very hard to find, and they come with a premium. And it's just like pretty much everywhere. It's the top, it's the neck, it's the back. It's like something that you cannot really find anywhere else. So that's why I buy these guitars. Nothing to do with the sound, because they're gonna sound great, and all of them sound amazingly great. So the thing is that keep that in mind. Don't be a victim of these gimmicks regarding tone woods. And they, as I said before, they don't have to push this because people like me are gonna keep buying these guitars regardless of the tone. It's about the looks of the wood, not the sound. You can tell me all you want how a piece of wood, when you throw it on the floor, it will sound different from another type of wood. Of course, that's just that has to do with density of the wood. But when you're talking about an electric guitar, it's not an acoustic instrument. The wood doesn't really matter. I mean, if you go on the scientific method and do your testing, you can find that it matters, but the percentage of influence of the wood, and I'm talking about all the wood, the body, the top, the neck, the fretboard, is very insignificant. I will say less than 5%. Once you connect that guitar to your amplifier, your interface, whatever, the pedals, the cables, the speakers, all the stuff matters way more than the wood of the guitar. So don't worry about it. The wood doesn't matter. So yeah, don't worry too much about the tone. The wood doesn't really matter. But worry more about the pickups. Even the way you plug the strings matter most. It will have more influence in the sound. The strings you use, the way you play, that matters most. And there's people that even say that they can hear the difference. Those people, I haven't met anybody like that that can listen to a guitar and tell you what kind of wood it is or what's the difference between wood A and wood B. Those people are very rare to find. We have to talk about the mental aspect of buying such an expensive instrument. Not only a guitar, it could be anything. So when you buy a very expensive guitar, you want to justify why you bought it and why is it so great compared to a different guitar, a cheaper guitar. So you want to say that the woods, it's just like I can like feel the vibration when I'm playing it. It's just much better than my cheap import guitar. So that's something that you are going to justify inside your mind to say that the guitar is better, and we all can fall for that trap. So just be careful, because when you cannot really find a justification to say this guitar is better, you're going to start making up excuses and inside your mind. And I have known some people that do that. I did a test with a bunch of folks. We grabbed a wood library guitar, PRS. It was a PRS Custom 24. So we grabbed the wood library that came with Corina body, and then we grabbed another one which was exactly the same, but it was a core, mahogany. So it was just a regular core, no special hardware or anything different. It was just a core. The wood library, the only difference was the wood of the body. Then it had the regular rosewood neck and all that. The rosewood fingerboard. So we basically did blind testings to see if somebody out of, I think, 5 people, we could listen to the difference. And there was one person that guessed out of all of us. And then we went to the DAW to check the graphic of the sound, and it's basically the same. So playing a note, trying to play the note the same way, it will give you a very similar graphic. And so we tried different ways to try to find the difference, and there was no noticeable difference. Most people cannot even tell the difference between the sound of a Telecaster and a Les Paul. In terms of people that don't play guitar, I play a Telecaster or a Les Paul in front of my family that are not guitarists. They can't tell the difference. So that's very important to understand. Do not buy an expensive guitar because of the tone wood. rhetoric, because that's just you're not gonna reach your goal that way. It's just incredible how amazing these woods look. I mean, that's the reason for me. They sound amazing, but it's not because of the wood. They sound amazing because of the construction of the guitar, the quality, the finish, the way these guitars are put together, the electronics. It's just all that put together for a great guitar. All right, so that's a very important question. How do you choose a guitar like this? How do you reach that conclusion that I need that guitar? What is the reason why? There are just so many of these out there in terms of the choice you get. So keep in mind, there's two ways you can buy a private stock. Number one will be just buying a private stock available from a shop. The shop orders the guitar with their specifications to PRS, gets delivered to them, and they sell it. And then you buy it. So you don't have any input in terms of the specs of the guitar. It's all the shop. So that's the way I buy all my private stocks. I have never ordered myself one. And then there you go. That's the second way. You can order yourself a PRS private stock through a dealer, a shop, and then you can basically tell them what kind of woods you want, what kind of pickups, and all those details. So one thing I will say that might save you some money is that there are some alternatives to a private stock. Of course, PRS has the wood library. Wood library is one step below the private stock in terms of customization and cost. There's just so many wood library guitars available out there. So just go to Reverb and search for PRS wood library and look around. You might find what you're looking for. You might find the woods you want. But keep in mind that, sometimes you're not going to find the spectacular woods you're looking for in wood library. I do have some wood libraries that they are constructed with woods that will rival private stock. And keep in mind, these woods, all of them, private stock and wood library, they come from the PRS wood library. So I have a swamp ash back on a custom 24 that it looks exactly the same as my PRS private stock McCarthy swamp ash back. It's exactly the same. It looks incredible. So yeah, look around. Another option will be Knaggs. So Knaggs, they do not have the levels, the different tiers PRS has, but they are all made in USA, and they are fantastic, exceptional custom shop level instruments, and they do use a lot of beautiful woods that rival private stock. So I recommend you to go to Reverb as well and browse for Knaggs, and you might discover a guitar that will meet your requirements. So another option is just to go to a luthier to get yourself a custom guitar from them. You basically provide them the specs you want, and they will do it for you, and it will be probably cheaper than getting a private stock. I have several luthiers that I use, so just make sure that you have an idea on what kind of guitars this luthier is going to create before you commit money into special ordering. So say that in the end you decide, I cannot find the guitar I want, I will have to go to private stock. Well, go in Reverb or any other online site that you prefer and browse for private stock, and that's usually how I find the ones I want. And then look for the woods you want, and then probably you'll find something. If you don't, the special order will be your last resource. So yeah, so I think that covers pretty much everything I wanted to talk to you about. Um, this is a very heavy investment, so I just want to make sure that you know the reasons why you are buying a guitar this expensive. If you probably fall into one of those buckets of buyers I mentioned, and if you fall into one of them, make sure that the reasons for to justify the guitar are there, because you cannot really have any regrets. It's a instrument that it's not cheap, and you really need to be sure that you are going to appreciate it, and whether you play it or not is gonna put a smile on your face, whether you are just watching it on the wall or just like playing a crazy solo. It has to put a smile on your face. So that's kind of the goal. But again, make sure that whoever you are, how rich or poor you are, that money you have for a guitar is money that is supposed to be used for that expense, and it's not from some other critical expense like rent or mortgage or housing, whatever, food. It's very important that you don't put your family in economic, financial trouble just because you want to play a private stock. Keep in mind, guitars are not needed. An Epiphone PRS SE is just it's not a need in life. You're not gonna die if you don't buy it. It's just you can say it's a luxury. All of them are luxuries, and if we don't have that excess of money to invest on something like that, we should not. Except if you are a musician that does this for a living, of course, you need a guitar. But how many you need? Probably you need only one. And then you can just basically use your pedals to make it sound like whatever you want. But I think I did get my point across regarding finances and making sure that everything is in order before you invest a lot of money in something that you don't need. It's something that you want. All right, so I think that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know if you have any favorite guitar you want to talk about. If you need more details about the specs of any of these guitars, put it in the comments below, and we definitely can get into more geeky stuff. So I plan to do a review of all these guitars, a long review where we go more in depth in terms of the specs, and then we're going to get some sound samples. I don't know when I'm going to get to that. I have been very busy lately, but I committed, so I'll have them sometime. Yeah, so let me know if you have any more questions about private stock. So this is the least I can do. I am very fortunate to be able to, afford guitars like this in my guitar life. So I just wanted to share them with everybody and show you why they are so great. So thank you so much again, and I'll see you in the next one.